Welcome everyone. It's great to see you all again. Thank you to Sophia, the owner of Offbeat Hotel, and to your team, Ryan and Alex, for joining us today. I've conducted extensive research into two trends that are forecasted to popularize over the next 12 months, and I'd like to go through them with you to see how they can be well suited for Offbeat Hotel. So just to recap, Offbeat is situated on the Sydney Harbour and is in the boutique hotel market. To qualify as a boutique, you need to be small, offer a unique stay with personal touches, quirky style and trendy city location. It uses the latest technologies, local flavour, bespoke furnishings and focus on the food and beverage industry. The advantages are that its smaller scale invites a personable environment with eccentric design styles. This style is appreciated by whoever the targeted group is, in turn providing them with a unique experience. The disadvantages are that the smaller scale limits availability, is a lesser known reputation compared to chain hotels, a lack of large scale marketing budgets and less range in clientele. However, we could argue that this is what makes boutiques attractive to many of its guests. As Offbeat Hotel for you guys, it needs to appeal to fun-loving, unconventional guests who don't follow but create the latest trends. It needs to be a unique travel experience that is Instagrammable and feels like more than just a hotel, but a destination. The hotel features fine dining, 25 rooms, a trendy bar, spa and garden, and the bar has a 50-person capacity, offering a cocktail masterclasses, music events, and must be flexible in the space. Please keep in mind my market research is a general overview of each trend. However, the concepts are specific to the bar space. So the two trends we're going to be looking at are the tactile and calm nature trends. The tactile trend is all about the sense of touch, and the calm nature trend is in its name, the use of natural characteristics to evoke calmness. These trends work well for the targeted groups of young trendsetters with affluent lifestyles and unconventional personalities. So the tactile trend, first of all, is a response to society's longing desire for physical touch after the pandemic. Social distancing, self-isolation, and way too many Zoom calls have craved this feeling. The introduction of vaccinations has made people feel safe and comfortable with living life normally again, and has helped in creating comfortable public spaces again. So with that being said, we use contrasting materials and finishes that are rich in either physical or visual texture. The textures appeal, entices people to feel and experience their surroundings. So the images you're looking at here are what the trend could look like, but because the trend is quite broad, we can really introduce different styles, a range of different materials and color palettes, from bold to neutral or earthy, just as long as texture's involved. So a great example is sorry, I'll just get my laser pen. Do you see the laser pen? Yeah. Yep. So a great example is this Puro hotel in Poland, which uses various textures on different surfaces. So you can see here, intricately carved wooden wall with like a mosaic tiled beam here, and then like soft and woven upholstery for the sofa and carpet. I think this interior has a lot of warmth in it and uses a lot of unique textures that complement each other in a competitive but enticing way. I think this trend would be perfect for the boutique hotel market, as it's open to a range of different styles that can be specified to the target group. Tactility is engaging and invites people to experience their surroundings, adding to a unique experience, and that's what the boutique hotel market is all about. For Offbeat, we can use a mix of bold and earthy colors, natural materials like wood or rough marble to contrast it against maybe soft, comfortable upholstery. I want to keep this in mind with an eccentric style, just to appeal to the types of guests and the client brief that we have. So the pandemic, vaccine, and craving of physical touch is what drives this trend. Tactile is directly influenced by the fashion market and its obsession with tactility in 2023. Fashion designers believe that after years of social distancing, there's an allure towards fabric that can swathe and embrace us. So this is exactly the same idea for tactile interiors and is directly influenced from what has been seen on the runway. So Burberry uses quilting, as you can see here, the same way as this quilted couch does, and the popcorn textured material is similar to this raised sort of woven fabric. So both markets are using tactility to respond to people's attitudes and behaviors in a post-pandemic world, and directly influence each other. So next we have the concept board. This is specific to the bar space, and I've selected materials that have enticing texture, pattern, and color that makes guests want to feel, touch, and experience the space. I also believe the eccentric style appeals to the guests' fun-loving, unconventional personalities and is unique enough for them to post on social media and therefore spread the trend to their followers. So the main bar is this space here. It feels like a desert through earthy, warm furnishings, rough stone flooring, detailed ceiling, and visually engaging lighting. I really wanted to make this feel like the Australian outback and then contrast that with the Australian ocean through the secondary bar space, which is kind of depicted through coral-like pendants, like a wave-looking booth seating, swing chair, interactive photo booth, and blue textured upholstery. I think all the elements in this bar are all quite interactive and provide a unique experience whilst drinking or eating at the bar, and really adds to that tactile feeling. Next is just the inspiration and concept sketches. So this is kind of inspired by the desert, and that's the concept sketch for that. And then more of the ocean inspiration corresponding with a concept sketch there. And lastly, for this trend, we've just got some more visuals. So this is of the main bar, which is the earthy desert kind of look, and then the ocean theme secondary bar here. And then we can see that just the floor plan here. So we've got like the bar left to one side and then the stage to another corner to allow for easy traffic flow, and movable furniture in the middle to stack away for other types of events and stuff. And then sorry, and then the hallway is through here, and that's just the visual for there, and also the front door of what it could look like there. Next, we have the calm nature trend. It uses natural characteristics to evoke calmness. It is a response to the growing concern for climate change and the importance of well-being. It uses a soft color palette, sustainable FF&E, biophilia, and organic shapes to create a relaxing environment. The images display natural-looking interiors focusing on curves, earthy tones, subtle biophilia, and the color digital lavender. So digital lavender here is the color of the year. So I think it'd be great to try and incorporate that into the hotel just to keep in trend. Although this trend is all about nature, it is also about well-being. So the intensity of plants isn't as necessary as other biophilic trends. So we only want it in subtle ways. So you can see here, this banana leaf tree plant is like a lighting fixture. And then we've also got the use of like a palm tree plant in the corner. That's just one that's been used in that space. And also we can include like type of drawings on walls that kind of resemble biophilia. I think this will like help with creating an atmosphere that isn't too overwhelming or overstimulating. This trend would be great for the boutique hotel market, as their smaller size can allow for details to be immersed by bespoke materials and furnishings that kind of are reminiscent of nature. In addition, I think boutiques and their guests value supporting local businesses and sustainability, and the calm nature trend focuses on choosing local suppliers that value sustainability to create the design. As for you guys, for Offbeat, guests are likely to be young, educated personalities who are driven by environmentally conscious values with the appreciation for nature and sustainability. Or they also care for well-being and mental health. Therefore, using the calm nature trend will reflect their values. So the calm nature trend is driven by factors surrounding climate change and the importance of human well-being, as I said. As climate crises intensify, society questions their existence on Earth. So there's a lot of studies to say that a majority of people expect businesses to help them be more sustainable and environmentally friendly. So to meet this expectation, interior designers have a big impact on this, because they can help by designing environmentally considered spaces that consumers can value. There is also a big importance on well-being as a result of mental health awareness and focus on healthy lifestyles. Having a calming nature-inspired interior is proven to have a positive effect on mental health and well-being. So with this in mind, interior designers strive to design using natural materials and soft colors to evoke a feeling of relaxation. Fashion and garden design also have a great influence on this trend. So with fashion, it uses curves, organic shapes, and natural or sustainable fabrics in the same way that calm nature can. So for bags and shoes and earrings, we can use sustainable materials and also have more curved, like natural forms that are organic and resemble nature. This responds to environmental topics and the correlation between natural shapes and calming our nerves. As for garden design, there's a trend that's up and coming for 2023, which is Greek and Mediterranean garden design. It has influenced the calm nature trend with the use of white stone, natural color palette, and subtle use of plants, which acts on people's appreciation for low maintenance, easygoing spaces that aren't too busy or overwhelming. Next, we have the concept board for calm nature. So it uses a soft color palette, natural materials, curvaceous shapes, and the use of digital lavender. Digital lavender, as I said before, color of the year, and is also a symbol for stability, serenity, and calming spirit, which fits perfectly into the trend's core values, and of course is a color derived from nature. We've also got a rippled mirror ceiling feature, which is reminiscent of moving water and provides the room with uplifting energy to suit the bar environment and still stays in trend with the calm nature aesthetic. We've also got comfortable soft seating and subtle biophilic qualities, some plants and drawing of plants on walls, as you can see in the cave layout here, and organic shaped lighting through here. I think this concept really elegant and refreshing and appeals to offbeat guests and their appreciation for nature and well-being. And next is just my inspiration for the main and secondary concepts, main and secondary areas. So we've got the main bar here, which is kind of inspired by organic shapes and natural materials, whereas the secondary bar is kind of more inspired by digital lavender and yeah, color of the year. And lastly, we just have some more visuals for the calm nature trend. So we've got the main bar here, which is this here, and the secondary bar, which is corresponding to up here. This is just a cave, like booth kind of aesthetic I've got here that uses a lot of like a off-white color and focus on biophilic drawings on the walls. And then again, open kind of floor plan, open to flexibility of the space, as we've got the stage here and bar off to the side, hallway, and a tree feature in the corner here. And yeah, that's everything. Any questions?
Would you like to go first, Sophia?
Yeah, sure, can do. That was a very good presentation. That was really clear. The two trends were very well presented and the precedent images were really, really good. The first question I'd have is, as a hotel owner, obviously what's currently trendy in 2023, I'd obviously trying to stick with that sustainable ethos that our hotel has. Just wondering how we can ensure that these two trends, which work really well, are sustainable and can last.
Yeah, so I'd say they're both sustainable and can last because of we're going to be designing with a timeless approach. So we can choose more permanent features like walls and floor finishes that are more neutral. And then whilst the accents or the furnishings can possess, the trendy colors or patterns, and then they can be quite easily adapted over time. But of course, we want it to last as long as possible. So we can choose things that are durable and long lasting, and that things that just won't look old or worn out. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, absolutely. That's really clear. Yeah, thank you.
Anything else?
I guess just building on Sophia's point there. So I think of the two themes that you presented, the calm nature aspect driven by climate change, environmental responsibility, well-being. I think we could all agree that these are themes that aren't going to be going anywhere very soon. I was just curious around whether you think the tactility trends, as you'd admitted, it has been driven by a pandemic, and we're now moving into a post-pandemic world. Do you really think that this tactility trend is something that's going to last, or do you think it might be quite transient and the trend might move on quite quickly?
Yeah, well, I think firstly, I do think even though it could be short-lived. I do think it can be really adaptable, and you see these trends being recycled and reused in different ways, like adapted and changed as we go through history. You can see that happening with other trends. However, I do think this one will be here to stay for a while at least, just because of there's a lot of studies with the YOLO attitude of, you know, people wanting to do whatever without any worries. And I think the tactile trend kind of is linked to that through like feeling your surroundings, and you're not worried about the outcome of it. And I think that's, even though it's because of the pandemic, it's a direct effect that will happen for a long time. Yeah.
Right, and as you previously mentioned, not all elements are so strongly linked that they couldn't be changed and adapted as time goes by.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much for the presentation.
No worries. Ryan, you got any questions there?
Yeah, I've just got a quick question. Just wondering how you plan to integrate the latest technology into the bar space.
Yeah, so I'd say for either trend, we can use QR codes. For menus, we can use iPads or even robots to deliver the food and drinks. All of these aspects can be like tied in with whatever the trend is and give like a design aesthetic to whatever we're using. Yeah. Anything else?
Yeah, could I also ask, obviously, so a lot of places like that you've presented here, the concepts, and they're trying to be quite influencer friendly and Instagrammable. But how do you think we can design those spaces to not just be, you know, on camera look good, but actually have an atmosphere as well? So
Yeah,
not just Instagrammable, but also has substance.
Yeah, I'd say I feel like because the boutique hotel market is really focused on a unique experience that's like detrimental to the design to have it be more than just an aesthetic and have a good atmosphere. So so the tactile trend is really interactive and really hands-on. In the secondary bar, there's a car outside. We could include a photo booth, a swinging chair, things that kind of interactive. And obviously the latest technology, so having like a robot there is like adding to the experience, adding to like the atmosphere. It's like crazy technology and everything like that. Creates an energetic atmosphere, I feel. And then for the calm nature trend, we could focus on creating a calming atmosphere that addresses people's appreciation for well-being and sustainability. And there's like a lot of studies to say that calming environments do improve well-being overall, especially if you're traveling. You want the place you're staying in to feel calming and just to reduce anxiety. There's a lot of studies also with color theory, which is just how a room can feel because of the colors in it. Lavender, for instance, is known to calm anxiety and nervousness, which I think is obviously a color that we're trying to use in calm nature. So I think that's how we could address it, feeling like more of an atmosphere and is deep into a meaning through well-being. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I hope that answers that. Anything else?
I don't have anything else, thank you.
Okay, no worries. Thank you for meeting today, and hopefully we'll speak to you soon.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I just had to say, both of those trends I could easily see working in my hotel. So thank you for your presentation.
Oh, thank you so much, Sophia. It's good to see you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Thank you, guys. Bye.